Hey guys, what's up? My name is Duncan Merchant, and today I'm going to be talking about Margaret Hamilton. Now, you may have heard the name before. She was an Apollo program software engineer, but instead of talking about specifically what she did for the Apollo program, I'm going to be talking about what she's done for society as a whole. Because Margaret Hamilton wasn't just a simple software engineer, she was the software engineer. In fact, she coined the term. So today I'm going to be talking about three main things that she has done to actually contribute to what we have today as a society. Now, the first thing that she's actually done is when she worked for the military before she worked for the Apollo program. What she did was she worked on something known as the SAGE project. The SAGE project was a project for the military to help identify enemy aircraft and enemy missiles to help deter a nuclear threat from Russia. By doing this, she also started a kind of era for the military that allowed us to focus more on defense systems that weren't just relied on humans, but also on software and coding, rather than just simply relying on what humans can do to identify aircraft themselves. So with this, she actually managed to kind of spark an era of software engineering before she even started working for the Apollo program. But then the second thing she's done is she actually started working for the program itself. Now, by working for the Apollo program, she basically coined the term software engineering and managed to prove her worth both as an individual and as a profession. Because of her software engineering and because of her coding, she actually managed to help save the lives of people in the Apollo program. In the Apollo 8 mission, she managed to use her coding abilities and her software engineering abilities to basically help recalibrate a navigation computer that had had its memory wiped clean during the mission. And then during the Apollo 11 mission, about 3 minutes before landing, the computer got overloaded. So a specific set of code that Hamilton had put into the computer allowed it to prioritize landing and basically cut out anything that wasn't necessary at that specific moment, which saved the lives of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Without her code, they may have been dead. But also, her code was so good, it was used in various other projects, such as Skylab, which was the United States' first ever space station. And she also managed to use the code on the shuttles, the space shuttles. And without her contributions in software engineering to this, we wouldn't have things like GPS or even internet, because her ability to have such a reusable and fantastic code allowed for us to basically get things into space, such as the Hubble Space Telescope and GPS satellites. Now, the final thing that Margaret Hamilton did for society was she actually founded companies such as Higher Order Software and Hamilton Technologies, which were used to help promote basically a standardized way of coding and actually doing software. Instead of just allowing it to be willy-nilly, she allowed for it to be much more precise and easier to follow. And by doing this, she actually managed to spark a software revolution. Without her, we wouldn't have things such as phones, videos, Microsoft Word. We'd still be writing research papers on actual paper. We wouldn't have internet the way we do now. We wouldn't have pictures of black holes. We wouldn't have what we do now if it weren't for her starting a software revolution with her ability to basically take this type of engineering and turn it from what was seemed as kind of an unimportant and small role in almost any form of project and turn it into the single most important thing to do with space travel or to do with any form of company today. Without software engineering and computer programming, we wouldn't have a nearly as advanced information age as we do now. We would not actually be in the information age. We wouldn't have access to the entire knowledge of humanity without her starting this revolution in the first place. First as a contractor for the military, then as an Apollo program software engineer, and then finally as the CEO and founder of one of the most important companies to the software revolution, both being Higher Order Software and also being the ability for her to found the company Hamilton Technologies, where she still resides as the CEO today, and it continues to work on important software development, specifically regarding space programs, but also regarding many other companies as well. So That was Margaret Hamilton. Margaret Hamilton. Without her, we wouldn't have the society we had today. And because of that, I would arguably say she is the badass woman of history because she founded our current civilization with her ability to show how important software engineering is. I've been Duncan Merchant, and that was about Margaret Hamilton and her contribution to society. Thank you.